Edwards, the company by Shane Hagler and Solid Chris Metropolis. Weighing 240 pounds, he's a co-holder of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship and is representing the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero.
Experts have tabbed the winner of the 2010 Survival of the Fittest to come out of this first round matchup. Chris Hero versus Eddie Edwards, former Survival of the Fittest winner against the current television champion.
Chris Hero won Survival of the Fittest in Las Vegas, Nevada, ROH's only event to date in that city. A historic event available at ROHWrestling.com. Looks to repeat this year against the Ring of Honor television champion.
And not to get off on the shilling here, but new Kings of Wrestling gear is available at ROHWrestling.com as well.
Yep, it is.
Well, here we go.
Should be an excellent matchup any way you look at it. Two fantastic wrestlers, two men that I would not be surprised to see the Ring of Honor World Championship around the waist of very soon.
Let's remember that El Generico, help to the back, is being attended to right now. Still a question mark as to whether or not he will be able to continue, what shape he will be in for his first round matchup against Kenny King. But we'll see what happens here. Who advances? Already advancing is Claudio Castagnoli, Rhett Titus, Kevin Steen, and Adam Cole in the first round shocker.
It's a big opportunity for Adam Cole. He did receive a beating after that matchup before Generico hit the ring, but he has the chance later on tonight to make history and join that elite list of Survival of the Fittest winners here in Ring of Honor.
Eddie Edwards, front face lock now taken down. Grappling for position, both men trying to get the early control. Eddie just returning from Japan, a very, very successful tour, Dave, overseas.
Chris Hero recently heading down to Peru, as you mentioned, along with Claudio Castagnoli. These are two world-traveled wrestlers, and both have spent a lot of time training and wrestling with Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, and it's great to have them featured on the card here this evening. You know, so often we see the wrestlers here in Ring of Honor go on tours in other parts of the globe just to become even better at their craft. You know, there was that weekend in Dayton, Ohio, and Chicago. We didn't even have the world champion in town, but we still had a hell of a night of wrestling in Chicago, even with Roderick Strong competing along with Eddie Edwards in Japan.
Well, Roderick Strong is back. He'll be in six-man action a little bit later on. Members of the House of Truth. Truth Martini against the Briscoes. And Roddy's opponent for the event scheduled for Mississauga, Christopher Daniels. Hero tries but fails to gain control of Eddie Edwards, and Eddie has had the best go of it so far on the mat. But it is early.
A bit of a preview right here in this matchup of the tag team title bout that's coming up in Boston the night before Final Battle. It's going to be the American Wolves' one last hunt against against the Kings of Wrestling as they go for the World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very memorable night. Edwards with the big chop right across the chest of Hero, who made a mistake earlier on with the senton. And one of the most talked about matches in ROH in 2010 was the Glory by Honor 9 match. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli against the world's greatest tag team. And Haas and Benjamin return to ROH for the big HDNet taping in Louisville, December 9th.
It'd be great to have Haas and Benjamin back here in the ROH Tag Team division. Only a 1 count right there for Edwards as he went for the cover. But we have such a great tag team division, and it was a fantastic match at Glory by Honor. It's going to be even better to have them back on a more frequent basis, have them on HDNet on the television show, and hopefully they become semi-regulars here on the ROH roster. Successfully blocking the rolling elbow attempt by Hero before throwing a couple of chops of his own.
Of course, we spent a lot of time, you and I, Dave, debating the merits of whether or not Hero has wielded the loaded elbow pad in the past, knocked down off the elbow in a near fall, but regardless, Hero's training and conditioning and the transformation that this young man has undergone to various disciplines, whether it's training in Japan and Noah, in England, but a lot of boxing training as well, something that you don't hear professional wrestlers do that much anymore, but it's something that Hero has done with great success.
And he knows that every little bit, including the boxing training, makes him an even stronger fighter inside that ring. And he got himself into tremendous physical condition over the past 2 years or so, when early in his career he didn't really focus on hitting the weights. Right there, able to power Chris Hero over with the suplex was Eddie Edwards.
2 count.
I mean, the same could be said for Eddie Edwards. There was a period in time when he was wrestling in a t-shirt, but he has developed and matured into one of the very best professional wrestlers in the world today.
And Hagedorn, of course, there, always within arm's reach of Eddie Edwards, but of course, Hagedorn tried to be the divining force that separated the American Wolves, but such was not the case.
Well, Chris Hero has the guidance of Shane Hagedorn in a match like this, and trying to shout some encouragement possibly right now.
Yeah, shout encouragement, meaning let's cause distraction and allow Hero to run Eddie Edwards face first into the guardrail on the outside. Are you kidding me?
Good encouragement. It did the trick. Chris Hero with the advantage, and he could advance to the finals of Survival of the Fittest by countout right here if Edwards can't get back inside the ring in time.
The best shot I remember of Shane Hagedorn was when his junk was all hanging out in New York, when the Haas of Pain was dropped on him. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen to Hagedorn at Final Battle. What an embarrassment that's going to be. His tighty whities. I can't wait to see what Papa Briscoe's going to do to Shane Hagedorn.
Quiet, you! Big kick from Chris Hero.
Hero advances? No, not yet.
Only a near fall. Very close and getting right in Paul Turner's face after that cover. You know, Papa Briscoe, he might like to drink beers with his boys and shoot guns in the backyard, but he's not a wrestler. And Shane Hagedorn, cover right here. Hagedorn, though he is making a lot of money right now as a manager, from a management point of view, he has a history as a professional wrestler. He knows how to hold his own inside of a professional wrestling ring, unlike Papa Briscoe, who's never been in a ring, except when he hops guardrails to attack people.
Shane Hagedorn is about as popular as a gropey TSA employee right now. And I think come on! This is what I'm talking about. This is why Shane Hagedorn is a marked man when he goes to New York for Final Battle.
He was a lot more physical than the gropey TSA people right there, smacking him right across the face.
And Eddie Edwards is feeling the effects. The opportunity was opened with some Hagedorn distraction, but Hero is the one who has poured on the offense. And the 2007 Survival of the Fittest winner is looking very good. The only former winner in this year's field. Second attempt. Edwards able to lower his center of gravity and deny Hero the chance for the suplex.
And Hero blocking Edwards' attempt.
Boy, two men just tugging away here at each other. Like the grappling exhibition that we saw from the opening bell, now both men on their feet trying to find the leverage advantage. And Edwards counters the belly to back. Very nicely done.
And he really had to fight to get any sort of suplex right there. The belly to back worked. But Hero getting back to his feet.
A preview of December 17th in Plymouth, Massachusetts, when the American Wolves will team for one final time against the Kings of Wrestling. Tickets available at ROHWrestling.com.
Oh, that is it.
Hero connects.
Not going for a cover. He wants the knockout. He doesn't want a pinfall. He knocked the man out. That young knockout kid, the rolling elbow, put away Eddie Edwards.
Boy, this would be survival of the fittest history. Hero with the first knockout win, I do believe, in competition.
Up to a count of 7. He's not getting up.
Slowly trying to come alive, and somehow Edwards able to get back up on his feet, even for just a moment, to break Paul Turner's count.
He's not all there, though. Hero just needs to nail one more solid elbow strike to the side of the head to pull home the victory here.
Eddie trying to do anything he can to stay square, to stay vertical. And look at this now.
Oh, he's asking Hero to bring it on?
What toughness shown by Eddie Edwards.
Well, he'll bring it. He's all over Edwards in the corner.
Might question the wisdom of that from Eddie Edwards, but you can't deny the heart. Head of steam, look at that.
Flying knee strike from Edwards. And Hero staying on his feet, but slumped into the corner.
Saw a lot of the flying knee strike when Eddie Edwards took on Tyler Black in one of Tyler's final ROH matches. The television champion took the ROH champion to the limit that night.
Another elbow strike blocked by Edwards and nails one of his own. Boot from Hero.
Easy, getting caught laid across the top strand now. He's in a lot of trouble. Can Hero look to capitalize and advance here in Survival of the Fittest?
Interesting position right here. What does he have in mind? Suplex to the floor?
My goodness, this is dangerous.
Hero dropped across the top rope. Edwards trying to get his balance here. Gets the Hurricane Rana cover.
Center of the ring, two. Oh, man, you could see how close Paul Turner's hand was to hit the canvas for the third time. Eddie just inches away from advancing.
Precision maneuver right there pays off for Edwards. Can he put Hero away, though?
Been a great 2010 for both Eddie Edwards and Chris Hero. A Survival of the Fittest win would cap off a remarkable campaign.
Ooh, sidesteps Hero, but he holds on, grabs hold of the ropes. Trying to skin the cat, but gets kicked right in the face.
Look out!
Huge dive by Edwards, but he crashed down hard to the floor himself.
Eddie caught Hero, but also caught a lot of the floor.
That's why you call it a high-risk maneuver. Put his own well-being at stake to do damage to his opponent. Wiped out Hero. But yeah, he crashed hard to the floor, and Shane Hagedorn eyeing the situation as well.
Yeah, was Hagedorn the target of that dive? Because Hagedorn was heading for higher ground as Eddie was flying out and over the top, and now Eddie Edwards came down hard. Sarah Del Rey checking on Chris Hero.
Well, Hero needs to get back inside the ring. If Edwards can't get back in, he'll be counted out, and Hero will advance by countout. Edwards looks like he's dazed, grabbing his shoulder here. Definitely paid the physical price himself for hitting that dive on his opponent. Both men back inside the ring now. Edwards going for the cover.
Lateral press. Well, you can obviously see that Eddie Edwards is not right.
Oh, he's hurt. He is hurt, but needs to try to get Hero's shoulders down or get him in a submission predicament somehow.
And now, Hagedorn gets caught. Roll through. Tries the Achilles lock. He's got it. Oh, and Hero taps.
Here is your winner by submission, Eddie Edwards!
Looked like Hero and Shane Hagedorn had some sort of plan that backfired, and Edwards was able to grab hold of the leg of Chris Hero and cinch in that Achilles lock, but that man has an injured shoulder, it looks like, but he is your winner.
Eddie Edwards wins over Chris Hero.
This is the final qualifying match for Survival of the Fittest. It is set for one fall.